danger.
They're the lines where I spent my lives.
Just take a trip to Port Island.
Tell me where.
Thank you for returning. I wish I could say I didn't actually need your help, but I do. Some young idiot thirdborners decided they'd form their own militia to protect the region because of course they would. And now, predictably, they're missing. Any real soldier would know the worst crime against his brothers in arms is desertion. He should have stayed with them to the end. I'll make sure these badges are given to the surviving families. Thirdborn will last. We will get through this. I can't imagine what happened to Fior. They'll strike Thirdborn next.
Yoo-hoo! Over here, dearie. Ah, there you are. It's rather rude of you to keep a lady waiting. I'll forgive you, though. It gave me a chance to dip into my notes about the Circle of Archmagi. One does not simply waltz into an Archmage's domain unprepared. Tell me, dearie, how much do you know about Ringrim? Oh, it's so exciting, isn't it? Hopefully we'll even get to keep all our limbs. The Circle of Archmagi are the most powerful magical beings in Aora. Whatever the reason, the fact that she's here at all is significant. Oh, Aldra's titties. The Circle sent the Archmage of Terror. Oh, she's just brilliant. Well, Nakukubel is the largest of the godless ruins. It's still got its share of secrets. There must be something in there of interest to Ringrim. Probably something powerful. I knew I liked you, darling. I'll be with you every step of the way. Those Steel Garrote bastards stole all my research about the Godless. They'll get to the garden first over their dead bodies. I can show you the way to Ringrim's domain, but we should travel lean. The less of us there are, the less likely she'll take notice. You'll need me to get you in the door, so who's staying behind?
Naturally. Just don't do anything I wouldn't do. Really, though, that would be dangerous. We'll catch up later, Yatsli. Take care of the envoy for me.
Perfect. Oh, this is going to be fun. How many do you think have fallen over the edge in Third War? 200, 300?
Ah, the godlike hero. You're back. Getting thirsty yet?
Let me know if you need something. Best weapons this side of Abidan's forge.
Thank the gods. Not making that mistake again.
do you feel about poetry?
Poetry? Why the hell are you asking me about poetry?
Do you like it? Come on, you can tell me. Say a few lines of poetry.
Wait. Do you think I have the dream scourge?
No, I don't. But I wanted to be sure, okay? They said that's the first sign.
I thought having fungus grow out of your head was the first sign.
It can be both.
I must have done 100 shifts on those watchtowers. Never saw so much third-born blood under them. I explored these caves years ago. I had no idea they went so deep.
Roomy. That totem down there needs a bunch of space, I suppose.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're being watched? Bet that was part of something once.
Did you see the 100 visions too? Were you also called by he who sees and isn't seen? I am speaking of Wal, the Obscured, god of illusions and revelations, futures and falsehoods. They often talk in riddles, and those of us who are faithful to them spend a lot of time interpreting them. Does your god ever toy with you? Mine taunts their chosen with nonsense. A shrine, one of a great many. Each god has several of their own. I had a dream a few weeks ago of Wal. Some say you can hear the gods whispering in these totems. I've tried. It hasn't worked. It's a wonder any of us are still sane, really, between our gods and this plague. Wal might speak in secrets, but they won't leave their faithful to the wolves. Not when they've called to them. Wal protects me. I'll share their power if you humor my request. Ah, that's perfect. Here comes my request. Tell me if you feel like you're in control still. That's all I want. Tell me if you possess autonomy and choice. Truly? I suppose as long as your purpose is aligned, it'll all be fine. Normally I wouldn't mind passing time, trading nonsense, but I've things to do here. So, take this and go. You'll be fine. Just try not to think too much of your place in the world.
This looks like it could fit in that artifact we found, actually. Let's try it out.
All may be uncovered for those who have the sight to see.
Yatsley, when all of this is behind us, are you going back to Fior Mesivernal?
It's hard to imagine leaving forever, especially with Quilici still there. What about you, dearie?
Even if I could go back, it wouldn't be the same. Who knows? Maybe getting banished was the best thing that's happened to me in a while.
Maybe Fior was holding you back, and you can return one day to rub all your success in their faces.
You're too kind to me, Yatsley. I don't deserve you.
For all you put up with from me, I'm sure it could be kinder. But I'm always happy to help.
I don't know what this thing is, but it's giving off power like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, it's getting stronger now. We have to get the rest of the pieces, just to see what happens. If you were in the Navy, does that mean you sang in ships?
Always. Helps pass the time, gives your work a rhythm. Why?
I heard you singing under your breath in the last fight. Then you were stabbing on beat.
I didn't even realize. How'd you notice?
It's the curse and blessing of having very large ears, dearie.
Well, guess the Navy left me with something useful after all.
I am going to need you to teach me that song, though. I wonder if it'd improve my spellcasting.
As if you'd need my help for that.
Flattery will get you everywhere, dearie.
Thirdborn. If it weren't for the Leviathan skeleton in the middle of town, I'd hardly recognize the place. Well, that's what I'm trying to nail down. You ever come back to a place and feel like the buildings are smaller and the colors are duller? Then you get it. Thirdborn was always this rugged oasis, dangerous and out of the way, but bursting with vitality. It was a harbor for larger-than-life types. People like Capo, the Leviathan Slayer, and Tama. Glory seekers, trophy hunters, warriors trying to leave their battles behind. People who built around their stories and their scars. Me too. Being back. It felt like we were watching Thirdborn die a slow death. Yeah, but I thought age was supposed to bring wisdom, something to balance out the back pains and creaky knees. I think what's eating at me is that Thirdborn seems rudderless. The Dream Scourge is one threat, conflict with Adir is another. The Living Lands is changing, and Thirdborn feels like a barnacle on a moving ship. Temeriti's leading them as best she can, but towards what? What are we doing out here besides surviving? And right now, they're drifting. Yeah. What about you? You were sent by your Emperor to investigate the Dream Scourge. Since then, you've died, met a secret god, and gotten swept up in tensions between your empire and our scattered settlements. Between releasing Egwolf and thwarting the Steel Garrote and Emerald Stair, you've opposed your empire's interests. Do you know what you're sailing towards, or are you drifting with the tides? That kind of clarity is rare. Thanks for talking. I hope Thirdborn is able to find its way somehow. I've got a lot of memories here, and the longer I stayed away, the harder it felt to come back. Harder than I thought. Thirdborn's missing a lot of familiar faces. And the youngsters who've grown up and the new arrivals, they seem green, like they're cut from a different cloth, a more delicate one.
This plague is tearing everything apart at the seams. Healing may take years, if not generations.
Maybe you're both right. Thirdborns only survived because the people were tougher than the wilds. I just hope the people living behind those walls know how to keep them standing. So did my commanding officers. You're asking me? I'm not much of a gossip. Okay, who do you want to know about? You know, just when I was thinking our little group was getting too solemn and serious, we met her. Sometimes I think she lives in her ruins and grimoires rather than in the real world with the rest of us. But she keeps things interesting and keeps us on our toes. What's more, she's a good friend to Giada, and Giada's a good influence on her. I'm pretty sure Yatsley flirts with everybody. I don't read anything into it. Don't get me wrong, she's a striking woman, but she and Quilici have a good thing. I'd never get in the middle of something like that. Yeah, and both of those subjects fly way over my head. I prefer dealing with things I can see and make sense of. I just hope she keeps some part of herself grounded with the rest of us. She's brilliant, but I worry that the real-world consequences of the forces she plays with are academic to her. Maybe I shouldn't. Sure. What do you want to know? My favorite subject. You know where to find me. Hope those dreams aren't keeping you up. Ask away. Get some rest, envoy.
Yatsley, did the godless believe anything about the stars? Any stories about the night sky?
There's an Akedan myth that all stars are actually bonfires far in the distance, giving you a peek into the lives of others you'd otherwise never meet.
Fascinating.
Why do you ask, dearie?
There's a lot about the physical world we still don't understand. And I always wonder how much we've forgotten. Falling stars, for example, are rich with soul essence. We still don't know why.
Interesting.
I have a theory, but maybe I should keep it to myself.
Oh, well, you can't keep it to yourself now. Share.
Talking about forbidden lore is a good way to attract the wrong sort of attention. The hand occult, for instance.
Oh, the suspense is killing me, dearie.
Let's discuss it in private, when no one else is listening.
No point. You two are incredibly loud when you're gossiping.
This isn't gossip. It's academic discourse.
Either way, it's loud.
Ignore them, Giada. We're going to be as loud as we like.
Listening to Yatsley's thoughts about godless ruins is one thing. Bringing her along for the rest of the trip is something else. I don't know, she's alright, okay? But how would she know how to get to the garden? If she's read anything about the garden, it was written centuries ago. Obviously, things have changed since then. Bothered? Pedraku. It's my job to guide you as safely as possible. What you're doing isn't safe. I'll go along with whatever you decide. Just don't be disappointed when she doesn't show you what you wanted to see. Anyway. Right. What do you need? What else is there? No idea. What you see out there is what you get. Right. Changing the subject. Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yatsley. I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far. She actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, just to see what's down there, I guess? And now she's trying to lead us to the garden. Might as well be searching for WoW's wacky wagon of mysteries. Nah, I'm sure she knows what she's doing, but what if she doesn't? If I must. I suppose if you're on a wild goose chase, there are worse places to do it. I thought I'd give it a try, see how it feels. Yatsley's got you going in all sorts of abandoned ruins. Who knows what's down there? More questions, most likely. And spiders. Nothing, I'm fine. Forget I said anything. I just want to make sure we've covered all the options before we dive headfirst into another deadly ruin. Right. Just keep it in mind, I guess. Anyway. Let's make sure they're not listening. The only one we haven't talked about is Yatsley. I don't trust her any further than I could throw her, which honestly isn't that far. She actually goes down into these ruins on purpose, and now she's trying... Nah. Thanks for talking. I need to go hunting. Right. What do you... Right. Changing the subject. Let's... I don't cheat now. You too.
The dream scourge is getting worse. First our land, then our animals. Now our people. If we don't put a stop to it, we're looking at the end of the living lands. How can anyone expect us to do both? As if the dream scourge wasn't enough of a problem, the Adherents are profiting off our misfortune. They haven't come to help us. They're here to exploit our weakness. Agreed. They can no longer hide in the shadow of benevolence. It's too bad. We're fighting for our lives, our souls, and our freedom. I don't know if we can win all three. I've been better, if you hadn't noticed. It will pass, I'm sure. My apologies for acting cynical, but it feels as if nature, politics, and even the very gods are working against us. I don't appreciate being backed into a corner, but here I am. Despite everything that's happened, I'm so grateful to be working with Yatsley. In many ways, Quilichi has been like a second father to me. But Yatsley, she's like my dirty aunt who's up to no good. Well, she's an expert in that field. While I have your attention, I've been thinking. Why is Inquisitor Ludwig suddenly interested in godless ruins? She's a smart one. I'll give her that. We should be ready for anything. Something tells me Ludwig isn't finished with us yet. What are you so curious about? Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best. Of course, she's brilliant, open to anything, and sees the world as she wants it to be. Yatsley gave me my first glass of wine, and the courage to approach a special someone. We have a lot of catching up to do. No one to get jealous over. To call it a relationship would be an insult to the word. But it was fun while it lasted. Animancy is the study of life. Unfortunately, we get so busy that we forget to live. So a little roll in the hay is good for the soul. Yatsley taught me that. Well, not the part about rolling in the hay. That was my idea, and I don't recommend it. Indeed, old friends. When they died, Yatsley protected me. Made sure I had one consistent person in my life. I think that's why she gave me that glass of wine. Why she encouraged me to live my life to the fullest. She was making sure I hit all the milestones I could have missed. Now that she's traveling with us, maybe she can teach you a thing or two. I think that covers everyone. And if my good opinion changes, you'll be the first to hear about it. What's on your mind? What do you want? Until next time.
For the camp of an official Adira and envoy, I was expecting a little more. A proper bed, at least. But I suppose this will do for now. As long as you have a bath, of course. I always ask nicely. But as riveting as it is to complain about our accommodations, I imagine you have another topic in mind? I'm the only buyer you'll find here, and I already have the jar. A lesson for next time, darling. It's always worth some haggling. Unfortunately, it's been quite some time since I've met another who focused on the godless as I do. And I imagine I'd be more knowledgeable on the subject than anyone else you could find. Technically, yes. Well, it set me on the path, at least. When I got my first grimoire as a child, I was trying out some of the fancy new spells I'd been given. I was attempting a simple illusion spell, but I must have slurred my words. The next thing I know, everything was on fire. I mean, my arm wasn't the only casualty. What is childhood but for silly things? When else can you get away with arson? My father was able to pull me from the flames as my mother doused them. I burned myself badly enough to give myself some vivid dreams, but the house still stood at the end. Of course. Now I only burn those that deserve it, like mosquitoes and university administrators. The only lasting damage was my burn mark and the dreams. Usually I enjoy a bit of pain, but this was a bit too much. I wouldn't recommend it. As delightful as you are, we've much to do and less time to do it in. Shall we go? If you were asked where I was last evening, what would you say?
Depends who's asking.
No one? Maybe Hajime, but probably no one.
Yesterday evening. Oh, you were busy with your fur maintenance routine. It's an elaborate process.
Wow, really? No follow-up questions?
I figure you got your reasons. And I could use a favor next time someone gets mad at me for snooping.
I knew I liked you for a reason. Oh, Envoy, might I steal a moment of your time? We need to discuss what happened in Emerald Stair, don't you think? Look, I lost more research than I'd like to count. But Fiora and its people are safe. That's what matters. Thank you, Envoy. I don't know how you managed it, but whatever you did, you averted disaster. That being said, your ambassador is going to get an earful, and possibly a fistful, next time we're in Paradise. Well, that's entirely up to you, dearie. At least we were able to get everyone to safety. Though with everything happening in Thirdborn, safe might be relative. At least I know Temerity will keep an eye on them. I think she knows what'll happen if she doesn't. Long enough that I trust her to do her best by everyone. You see, Emerald Stair has Naku Tedek. For a young and aspiring godless scholar, it was a godsend, if you'll forgive the pun. And, as a young-at-heart godless scholar, I've traveled outside the stair to other ruins. That's how I met Temerity. Thirdborn's close to Naku Kubel, and a girl's gotta eat sometime. Yes, why did I choose to settle down with a gorgeous scientist who loves me? What a mystery. I still go out often. I've catalogued many ruins, but there are always more. And coming home to a warm welcome is lovely. You should try it sometime, darling. Oh, part of it is my sparkling personality, of course, but a larger part of it is time. It's hard to hate someone when they drop by your lab with lunch after you've forgotten to eat again. As much as I'd love to, you don't travel with the kitchen. I can't promise anything. My mother always said that the way to a man's heart was through his stomach. Quilici and I got together the old-fashioned way, though. I saw a beautiful man across a smoky tavern. Then I dazzled him with my delightful personality. Then he showed me an abandoned ruin outside of town, and I was hooked.
Are you joking? He's my mentor. Not to mention 1,000 years old.
Oh, no. They're both handsome humans, of course. But Giada is like family to both Quilici and me. He taught her a lot of what he knows. She spent days in our home. Literal 26-hour days. It's hard to believe that things have changed so much recently. Any sense of safety just went poof. It makes you wonder how everything will turn out. At least Quilici is with them. So I know someone competent is there. Thank you, Envoy. I feel a little less frazzled. I've got a lot to think on. Talk to you soon? Try not to have too much fun without me. How can I help, darling? We've been traveling together for a little while. I just have to know. Did you purposefully choose such colorful company, or is that just what you attract naturally? I mean, I'm very clearly a delight, so it's obvious why you let me stick around. I'd seen Kai around once or twice, and always thought he was charming enough. He's got a sharp tongue, though. Makes me like him even more. And Marius. I don't know what's lurking in him, but I do think he should speak to someone on it. If he reaches out, do try, will you? As for Giada, well, clearly Giada is a gem. As for me, well, I'm just as riveting as you, but the boys are giving me a run for my money. You've got the thorn of a secret god inside of you. I think your uniqueness goes without saying, my dear Envoy. You do strike me as a people person. Tell me, do you get along with all you meet? I understand. It's hard to be away from one you love, even for the best reasons. Can I ask about them? Your sweetheart? Putting that experience taming wild stallions to good use, is she? A woman after my own heart. And here I thought I had a wild youth exploring ruins. You might be putting me to shame, dearie. Quilici is quite good at knowing when to be sweet and when to be sour.
Yatsley, that's my surrogate father you're talking about? Spare my imagination, if you please.
Oh, you knew the risks when you came over uninvited, darling. It's on your head. Well, you've satisfied my curiosity. You know, Envoy, we've traveled enough that I think I've gotten a handle on your style. Style of fighting, I mean. Your fashion sense is more opaque. I could probably teach you a thing or two, if you're up for it. What do you say? How about I show you a little bit of everything? What? Out of breath already? Talk to one of the boys. See if they can help with your stamina, dear. Well, I've taught you all I can. Let's hope you put it to good use. You think those Adirans were onto something? Or were they onto something before you ended their studies? Do you think they could have cured the Dream Scourge? Dearie, the best science has a little danger attached. I just hope we made the right decision. Well, we'll just have to see how it all shakes out, won't we? Had you left them to their own devices, who knows what we would have gained? A cure might sound far-fetched, but what if they found treatments for the Dream Scourge? And even other ailments? But our loss, I suppose. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing. Unless there's something else you want to chat about? How can I help, darling? These sudden changes in climate always mess with my coiffure. Does Adir have good fur maintenance products? Do you have a contact for that? Now, imagine that every inch of you is frizzing up. Truly, just a good long brushing through all my fur alone would do wonders. I've got some time before we see Quilici again, at least. It'll give me time to find something to remind him of what he's missing. In life, you make your own entertainment. I enjoy scandalizing the small-minded when I can. Quilici and I got used to the stairs early on. Thankfully, at least in Fjord, those stopped eventually. After 30 years, it's hard to still be surprised by us just drinking at the Magpie. Oh, very true. But sometimes you just want a nice mug of tea. Also, when Giada was young, her parents preferred us taking her to the Magpie for dinner. All things considered, it's hard to complain about my life in Fjord. You're too sweet. As much as I enjoy our little chats, dearie, we should really get going. Oh, but if you do end up finding any liniments, be sure to help a girl out. Well, I suppose you've earned that much. And I do enjoy rewarding tenacity. Though between your dreams and mine, it's a wonder anyone gets any sleep around here. You remember that I nearly burned my family home down when I was young? It was an accident, and I paid for it. My parents refused to buy me more spellbooks for years. Well, shortly after all that fuss, the dream began. It started at first with a fire, just flames crackling, and a feeling of safety. I thought it was a little weird, but nice. But then the dream kept coming back, night after night. I learned more every time. I saw that it was a fire in a hearth. And that hearth was in an old library. I assumed it was a library, at least, to explain why there were so many tablets lining the walls. Oh, everything from dry historical recountings to treatises on agricultural techniques. No romances, though. Whoever filled the library must have been allergic to them. No, never actively. I had read them all previously, if that makes any sense. That's actually how I learned the Akedan language. Just woke up with that knowledge. Which is very useful when you can find no written records. In the library, there's just one person, but they're wearing a hood, so I never see their face. They do the same thing every night. They curl up in a chair by the fire, hold a tablet to their chest, and then the fear comes. The paralyzing, all-encompassing fear of something. Just the noise. A low, deep banging starts, and it rattles through your bones and shakes you to your core. And it replaces the beat of your heart with this droning on and on and on until you forget every other sound you've ever heard.
A beat. Steel feet on the shore. They come by night.
And then, as it just gets louder and louder, and right before it gets there, I wake up.
You've been listening to too many of Giada's ghost stories.
And let me tell you, waking up in a cold sweat does nothing for my fur. How sibilant. No. Just that it's all-encompassing. It's strange. I've not told many of the details of my dream. I suppose I must like you quite a bit, Envoy. Don't let it inflate your ego too much. I suppose we should try and get some rest now. I'll have some tea ready for when we awaken later.
Mother's tongue is the best treatment for snaggage, if you ask me.
I didn't ask, but I'm glad you know so much about what to do with your mother's tongue.
Oh dear, someone must have asked. And snaggage is perfectly natural, I'm sure, and nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, you may laugh, but you wait until you're overcome with snaggage and you're in dire need of mother's tongue.
Darling, trust me. I can handle any mother's tongue if needed.
Right. Well, I do carry it in my pack, but sure, get snaggage. See if I care.
I think there's been some confusion. Everyone is aware that mother's tongue is an herb, yes?
Of course, dearie. Marius is just too much fun to tease.
Besides, who names a plant something like that?
We really must stop meeting like this. People will talk. Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akida, as they called themselves, were the original folks who lived in the living lands. They arrived on the shores of a new land and settled there, living with the land instead of trying to tame it. Well, it's an educated guess. A theory based on a lifetime of study. The Godless are so singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or, well, Adir. But in their artwork, they reference escaping, fleeing, seeking refuge, so they must have come from somewhere. My guess, they originally came from Yesua. Yesua, a continent, cut off from the rest of the world, hidden by eternal storms, one of the 3 hubs of the Angwithan Empire. 10 years ago, you could say it wasn't real, that it was a dream, but they said the same of Ukaiso. Suddenly, the appearance of a mythical land doesn't seem so implausible. There was some kind of schism, an ideological one. From what I can glean, the Godless were staunchly against the gods, hence their name. There are even some not-so-kind murals of the gods. It seems like the Godless really took their anti-theism seriously. I know. Well, I think we've covered everything, don't you? Rather, as much as I think you'll withstand. Hope you enjoyed talking about this as much as I did, dearie. How can I help, darling? Careful what you wish for. So, they arrived. But... Oh, well, we should definitely trust that. But dubious metaphysics notwithstanding, you corroborate my theory. The godless are so... singular. But my guess... yes, well, I can't... Sudden... well, that one might stay. There was some kind from... well, rather... hope you... Don't mind if I do.
I have a moment to talk. Right. What do you need? Right. Changing the subject? Not before I've done some reading.
Seeds of change, their petals sprout across the barren land. They sing to the unwanted ones, and the unwanted ones sprout in turn. The soil remembers what it once was. It will soon be whole, safe. The soil does not want these cities. It yearns for silence, for the kestrel song. But first, the sprouted ones will grow. They will bring the stillness and the bird song. The dam falls. The river returns to its source. It is how the land was and should always be. We want all of them gone. We wish for life to flourish again. Pilchards growing on bushes. Life that should not be here. Death nourishes the soil. All things come from the rot. The spider devours her mate to lay her eggs. We ponder, dream of shifting sands now. We will speak again.
Best shot.
You asked for it.
On your right.
Easy when you do it.
Yahtzee, remind me not to make you mad.
Just got the sand out of my bag from my last trip.
I thought I told you to bugger off. What do you want? I don't think so. Speak up or I walk. Well, I don't smell his rumstick flop sweat on the wind, so he can't be nearby. He must have sent you to do his dirty work. Go on then. Try to kill me. I know that's why you're here. Very comforting, thank you. You might not. But Nagunu? He's been trying to kill me for years. The man's obsessed. Oh, we robbed him. Well, Koa and I robbed him. That way just stood around while we did it. I'm not sure he even noticed. He told you he was a merchant, right? Well, he lied to you. We used to run guns. When the powers that be were fighting over Deadfire, we'd buy or steal munitions from Rawatai and sell them to the Republics. After the mortar fell, Nagunu started looking for a new master, and found a number of willing souls in Adir. Then your countrymen brought those same guns to the Living Lands and pointed them back at me. Couldn't have that. So Koa and I helped Nagunu set up one last big deal, stole the money, and dumped our hold into the sea. Sure, but when the plague's over, where do you think all those weapons would go? But that's old news, Envoy. What does Nagunu want? That's funny. Now tell me what he really said. What did Taue and Koa say to that? Well, my answer's the same either way. No. I'm sure he'd put on a good show for you. And shit, maybe he really is lonely. But I have no doubt he's been up in that little lighthouse of his in Thirdborn plotting our demise. So no, I won't share a drink with him, and you can tell him I said so. I don't care what Taue does, and Koa should know better than to trust him. Much as I miss our best days, Envoy. They're not my crew anymore. I knew it! Hold on. How did you find out? That's just his style. He's too much of a coward to come after me directly. Well, there's no fucking way I'm sharing a drink with him now. No, you don't know him like I do. He's done it before. Gave this Juana chief we were negotiating with something that made her shit her pants. The lady accepted his lowball offer and sprinted straight to the head. You should have seen the way she was sweating. So long, Envoy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
We've got company!
A fellow traveler. Nothing to peddle here. Sorry, got to be on my way. Former merchant, even I know my limits. Thirdborn has the dream scourge. Ugh, terrible. I'm leaving, and you should too. I tried to tell them my vapors would protect their minds from the change, but they wouldn't listen. See here, that is a grave thing to accuse a person of. How'd you like it if I implied you were poisoning people? One man's carelessness is another's noble experiment. Risk, reward. Now, if you don't mind, I really should be off. Ingrates. Yours tonics and poultices for sale. Will probably cure what ails you.
Yeah.
Hey, you there. Got some interesting wares if you've got coin. Good. Looks like you're still in one piece. What can Ihaka get for you? I've built up quite a collection over the years. I've got an eye for quality and a knack for finding it. Sure I have. But I like it out here. It's quiet. No prying eyes to bother me. Everyone in the living lands is running from something. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. You bet that, do you? I'd gamble with you anytime. I used to have some of the quickest fingers in the Deadfire. Jewels, letters, artifacts, there was nothing I couldn't steal. Then it all caught up to me. I had to run, but, well, you try lugging this with you. I barely made it here alive. A very fast boat, a discreet captain, and half my money. Not making that mistake again. I'll give you a better price than any fence in Paradise.
I know Zarips can be pests, but...
Worry in the brush!
Quite a change from Emerald Stair, isn't it?
Next one's mine.
On your right here.
Here we go!
I didn't have that one.
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Look, unless you know where the whetstone for my scalpel is, can you go away? This is a pristine specimen, and I've been looking forward to this all day. Not going to share, no matter how nicely you ask.
Customer, please make yourself comfortable. When you're ready, we can get down to business. Hajime and the Tiranui will never find us up here. Greetings and salutations, traveler. Welcome to our shop. Still a work in progress, of course. But once you stop being blurry, we can get to business. Oh, I'm fine. It was just a little giant spider. It barely came up to my chest. It probably wasn't even venomous. The bite's not even that itchy. I'm sure I'll be fine. Really, it sounds like you worry too much. Really? Daiko sent you? Can I ask just what he expected? Did he think sending a messenger would make me forget what an ass he is? What gave that away? It's just like Daiko. Now that I've done all the legwork, he just wants to swoop in and take half of everything. He's always been like this ever since we were children. Clearly, I'm the more industrious brother. Couldn't you tell? I know we don't look alike, but...
Trust me, you two have plenty in common.
I thought that since Daiko and I were twins, we'd be similar enough for us to not fight. Guess I was wrong. Now you tell me. You know what? It doesn't matter. As long as I get paid. Preferably more than Daiko. Here's the package you wanted. That'll... Whoa. Couldn't feel my head for a moment. Oh, that'll cost you, of course. I'm fine. Just a little woozy. It'll pass.
Aiko, did you forget the pitch again?
No, of course not. Our lovely customer just loved it so much he wants to hear it again. Our wares are locally sourced and only harvested from those who have been humanely put down.
He means we find dream thralls who are already dead.
Only because we're too scared to kill them ourselves.
My friends, our client must be bored by such details.
Aiko, out of all the schemes you've cooked up, this is by far the dumbest.
Oh, of course. When you say it that way, it makes perfect sense.
Just inhale the substance sharply through your nose and it's perfectly safe. Probably. Shortly after, you should see visions beyond your wildest dreams.
Sea blossoms? Fields of stars? What does he know of how we dream?
Now, about payment. Will you really not pay me?
Oh dear. Not blessed with brains, was he?
Daiko, the last time you got an enterprising streak, you were trying to pass off rotten eggs as Greengill Shark Row.
Oh, I get it. A free sample. And then you'll tell your friends, right? In that case, I thank you.
Just when I was worried Thirdborn had changed beyond recognition.
Oh, and be careful. It's supposed to be an especially potent batch. Tell your friends. The friends not right here with you, I mean. Actually, before you go, am I the only one who just lost their vision? Oh, I don't feel so good.
Oh shit! Is Aiko dead? I told him that spider bite wasn't supposed to be the size of a melon, didn't I, Shizu?
Yes, Kauka, you did several times.
Several times? Now I'll have to find someone else to let me dissect bodies to find. Ugh. It'll take forever. Well, shit!
What do we do now?
Oh, maybe if we're quick, the animancers and Fewer can fix him right up. Put him to work on a nice farm somewhere.
I didn't know Aiko was interested in farming.
All right, Aiko was the one with the sense of humor. Well, shit!
What do we do now?
Oh, maybe if we're quick, the animancers and Fewer can fix him right up. Put him to work on a nice farm somewhere.
I didn't know Aiko was interested in farming.
Wait! Oh, I can't take it. We must try the drugs. Sure, Daiko might know, but what if it's an aphrodisiac? Yes! Oh, I knew I liked you for a reason. Bottoms up. About the same. Andre's titties. I get more of a reaction from a pinch of Svev.
That just means you need to try more.
Why do you cloud your eyes? Could we not have shown you these things?
Well, it was worth a shot.
Watch your step. This land has bled finer warriors than us.
Ugh, he just got the sand out of my bag from my last trip.
It's better out here than it is in the wild.
Agree?
Gods bless you, envoy. Take care of Giada. She's like a daughter to me.
fabric. We still have stock.
Oh, you're back. What do you want? Something illegal in the only town for miles? You should sign up for the tier NOOB. We could use smart folks like you. I'm sure something untoward is happening, but I can't do anything without proof.
Thirdborn's really come up in the world. You used to have to go to the big city for that kind of dysfunction.
Yeah, well, thank you for being such a good citizen. Make sure to come back once you've got something I can actually work with. Well, off you go then. Back to killing things and leaving me alone. Oh, you're back. What do you want? Something illegal in the only town for miles? I'm sure
Thirdborn's...
Yeah, well, well, off... Oh. Wait, was it an elf and their two strange friends?
You sound like you've heard this before.
Oh, they're very well known to me. Thanks for letting me know, Envoy. What did you even get from them? In case they don't teach you this in your hometown, you shouldn't ingest weird substances strange kith give you. You have to just say no, alright? I wish this was the dumbest thing these two have done. I think they were born tricksters. They certainly found their fun at my expense growing up together. Our parents had to step in more than once to get them in line. Guess it just never took.
I almost forgot you three grew up together. Almost.
Didn't you know? The twins are my brothers. Though I guess I can see the confusion. I do take more after my mother. I'll have to have a talk with them, especially now that Aiko and his friends won't be allowed back in town. I suppose it was only a matter of time before his stupidity caught up with him. Well, seems like I have to thank you for letting me know. I'll just add it to my to-do list. I should check in on Daiko, too. I hope he's not crying. I never know what to do when folks cry. Here, we hand these out to the kids from time to time. Makes them feel good about helping. I'll take the drugs from here. So again, thank you so very much for helping the community. Have a nice day. Oh, you're back. What do you want? Really? Gods, I hope it's no one I know. I mean, how do you know this? Oh, perilous plants and where to pick them. Everyone loves that one. Laguna was looking for some light reading, and, well, that's what we had on hand. Beggars can't be choosers. You know how it goes. I'm sorry to press you on this, but how do you know it was him? I mean, plenty of folks have checked that one out. It could have been anyone. I appreciate your can-do attitude, Envoy. Gods know we need someone with a little enthusiasm for the law around here. But what you're bringing me is circumstantial. If I can find the time, sure. But I'm telling you, Nagunu is on the level. Was there anything else?
Welcome back. How can I help? You did what? Wait, you're telling me that not only did you lose my merchandise, but my twin is dead? How could this day get any worse? How did my brother die? Oh, Aiko, my poor twin and his complete disregard for his own personal health. I feel like Aiko would have wanted me to still work with these, right? Wait, you didn't try some for yourself, did you? Well, if you're going to take the merchandise, the least you can do is tell me what happened. Wait, really? Are you sure?
No one is more disappointed than me, but we're sure.
Great. I've got a dead brother and no merchandise to show for it. Thank you for your help, I guess. I've got to go plan funeral rites for Aiko. Please go away. Oh, and take this. It's the least I could do. Oh, hey, Envoy. Be sure to check out our new bereavement sale. Get discounts on qualifying items.